Tonight on the internet, we round up all the awesome news you might have missed. Hello and welcome to Goodnight Internet, the nightly show that's on the internet and is good. I'm joined by Aaron, as ever.
Hello.
How's it going?
Well, actually, yeah, doing all right. How are you doing?
Well, I'm feeling a bit down.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world at the moment. There's a lot of terrible things happening.
There is.
It feels like the 80s again.
Yeah.
I say that as someone who was born in the mid-80s and never didn't really remember the 80s, but a lot of my culture came from the 80s. And it seemed like a dark, depressing time. You had economic uncertainty, the spectre of nuclear war, mad people holding political office, and everything's just been a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like the steady progress of civilization has been halted, and we're kind of sliding backwards into a dark and totalitarian time.
It certainly does feel that way, but it's not. So I'm going to bring to you today some positive news stories I found.
Good. I feel like I need some positive news stories.
And these should counteract some of that
Brilliant.
feeling, I hope.
I think there is a tendency that bad stuff sells.
Yes.
So it's nice to focus on something positive for once.
Yeah. So have you ever been anywhere that's done anything for your birthday as a sort of special treat?
I've had some parties for my birthday. Yeah.
Never been out for a meal somewhere? Somebody's brought you a cake from...
Oh, like where they come from out the back and everyone in the restaurant stops and looks and joins in, and then the bit where they say your name, nobody knows who you are. Yeah. So it's like, happy birthday, dear customer.
Yeah.
No, that sounds genuinely quite horrifying, a little anxiety-inducing. Yeah. I once got a cake in the shape of the companion cube from Portal for my birthday. That was amazing.
That's very cool.
A homemade one. That was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tend to have a bad relationship with my birthday. It never seems to work out properly.
Yeah. Well, you might get a better time if you go to this restaurant called the Montana Club in Missoula. I think I've completely mispronounced that.
Missoula?
Missoula.
Missoula is that Missoula, Oregon?
In Montana.
Oh, the Montana restaurant in Missoula, Montana.
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird, but fine.
They offer a birthday discount for people who go there.
Okay, cool.
That is based on your age.
Okay.
So we'd get...
So if you're 7, you get 7%, and if you're 96, you get a 96% discount.
Which is something Helen Self discovered.
Okay.
She's been going every year on her birthday since her 100th. She's now 109. So she's actually like owed money whenever she goes to this restaurant, and the owner willingly pays up. He actually requests that she comes in and pays her and her whole family to have a meal there every year.
On her birthday?
On her birthday. So she gets the meal for free, and this year she got a 9% refund.
So she got like cash back on her birthday meal?
Literal cash in hand.
How many people does this apply to? Because you could buy dinner, you could invite everyone I suppose at 109, everyone you know probably isn't that many people anymore, sadly.
No, she brings, I believe
109
at least
people.
Sort of 12 to 14 people she brought last time, so it's quite a substantial meal cost that got knocked off. But yeah, the owner more than happily pays out for it.
Okay.
He loves having her come there. It's a thing he looks forward to every year, apparently.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's really cool. What was the restaurant called again?
Montana Club. In Missoula.
Excellent. Yeah. If anyone would like to fly me and Aaron out for our birthdays, we could actually dine there 2 nights in a row and get the same discount.
Yeah.
Like my brother from another mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
And the same lover?
No.
Donald Glover.
I'd be so happy if Donald Glover was my father. Not that I don't love my dad anyway. But
that's really harsh.
I can have 2 dads, it's fine.
Poor Mr. Aaron, as he's known to his friends.
Okay.
That's really nice. Yeah. What's the nice thing that's ever happened to you on your birthday? It's that time I didn't give you a birthday hug.
Yes, that was glorious. It was such a nice day. I believe, and I could be wrong on this, but I have recollections of going to, and it wasn't that old, wasn't that young, sorry, Disneyland on my birthday.
Okay.
Because my wife absolutely adores Disneyland.
Okay.
I quite like.
So you went to. You were old enough to be married to go to Disneyland for your birthday.
Yeah.
Takes all sorts.
But they give you a little badge that says your birthday. And everybody around the...
Sorry, it's this beardy man, but it's my birthday.
Yeah,
okay.
Really. But cool. You get kind of everybody says happy birthday to you, just sort of nice, nonchalant way. Happy birthday, Aaron! You do get a phone call from Mickey that does that as well, which that's more embarrassing than it is fun. But
that's my best Mickey Mouse voice.
But you get loads of little treats and everything as well. I got various little free snacks while I was going around. I was literally going to pay for something. I don't know, it's your birthday. It makes you feel amazing.
Wow.
It makes you feel nice, well special. It's great.
I actually would quite like to do that. The only time I've ever been to a theme park for my birthday, because my birthday is Halloween, I went to Thorpe Park and did all their horror mazes. And then they did a Blair Witch style event where you went out and you lived in tents in the forest behind Thorpe Park. And then you did a seance, and then you went in your tents and people attacked your tents. And then you ran through a deserted theme park being chased by like hollow-eyed monsters.
You sure this was like a birthday treat?
I may have had a nightmare, but once we got back to the proper hotel, which is like this crate hotel that they built out of shipping crates, so you've got like these really tiny rooms, but they're, you're only there for a little bit. Someone kicked the door in and climbed on the bed and screamed in my face and then ran out. It's the most scared I've ever been in my life.
And that was a good thing for your birthday. Cool.
I like horror. I like being scared, normally.
Cool. When you know it's safe.
Yeah.
Although I doubt you knew at that point in time.
So share your awesome birthday stories below so that I can stop being miserable.
Okay. We're going to move on to a bit of an advancement in medical practices now.
Okay, cool. Are we getting rid of leeches?
Yes, finally.
Excellent. We're moving on to ticks.
Yes, they're a much more efficient system.
They are.
Ticks and worms is the way forward.
Blood-sucking worms.
Yes. No. It's a dementia and Alzheimer's thing. So people with dementia and Alzheimer's can have a serious issue with staying hydrated.
Yes,
They literally forget that they're thirsty, don't know where they put the water, can just forget what the house layout is like, so where to find fluid and stuff from. They can even have a lot of trouble even swallowing water because it's not thick enough. Because their throat doesn't know how to work anymore, which is a condition called dysphagia.
Yeah, you can forget how to swallow, you can forget how to eat. Yeah. You said this was cheerful.
Yes, it's going to get cheerful, don't we? Lewis Hornby, who has invented the thing I'm about to describe to you, noticed it was happening to his grandmother, and so he wanted to find a solution to it. And his solution was to turn water into something that appears to be a sweet.
Okay.
Candy. He's called them jelly drops. They are just bite-sized, brightly coloured balls of liquid.
Okay.
They are made of 90% water with some gelling agents to keep its shape.
Okay.
And they've got some electrolytes in it to help aid hydration.
Awesome. So they're like jelly energy drink blobs almost.
Almost.
That sounds amazing. I would have those for fun.
Yeah. They're a lot easier to people to swallow who've got dysphagia because they're slightly thicker because of the gelling agent. So
you just like down in one.
Yeah, just chew. You eat it like a sweet.
Oh, or you. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
It's easier to for an individual spot because it's colourful.
Yeah.
And it appears as a treat. One of the other things that can become a bit of an issue, especially if they're in a care home of some form, because water tends to get sort of semi-forced on somebody in this condition. Anything that resembles sort of slightly medical colouring or anything like that can be really daunting and frightening at one time because it's brightly coloured. It just seems like a box of sweets.
Yeah, I know from my own personal experience of caring for someone with Alzheimer's that quite often your memory kind of erases backwards. So it's your recent memories that go, but your childhood memories that stay strongest.
Yes,
because they've been cemented so much over the years. So actually, that childhood, a sweetie thing is actually a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah. He's made sure even the box design itself has got a big clear lid, so it's quite clear and obvious that they're sweets in a box.
Yeah, and especially you could just leave them about, and then grandma, grandpa
can pick it up.
Can just help themselves. Yeah.
One of the other issues that can happen is that multitasking is really difficult if you can't remember exactly what your last hand position and stuff was.
Yeah.
He's made sure that the box itself can be opened with one hand, and once it's been opened up, it stays open.
So, what's this chap's name, and what's his invention called? And where can I give him a giant hug?
His name is Lewis Hornby, and they're called jelly drops.
Awesome. Cool. If you know of any other awesome inventions that we should know about, pop them below. We'll try and use them in a future episode.
I have technically got one more invention.
Okay, so unless it's this one.
This one, yeah.
You know.
Now, I am translating from Portuguese, which I don't know, but I have read this in English as well, so I can paraphrase this a little bit. So, it was a doctor in Argentina.
Okay.
Sorry, it took me a while to find out where it is because I'm, again, reading in Portuguese.
I'm really impressed. I didn't know you knew any kind of foreign language because you can barely speak English.
Portuguese isn't that difficult. A lot of the words in there are similar enough to English to be able to realise what they're saying.
Okay, cool.
And I have used Google Translate on it to double check.
Okay, cool.
Working and stuff. So.
You start making your own stuff up because you don't actually know Portuguese.
Just pictures and so there's a word 3D in there and that's it. I'm sold.
Yeah.
So is a doctor in Argentina who was helping a blind couple who one of the lady of the couple was pregnant.
Yeah.
And he was doing the ultrasound.
It'd be weird if it was the other way around.
It would be weird. But probably also possibly a positive news story.
What's that film where Arnold Schwarzenegger's pregnant? Junior?
Junior, yes. Yeah, I was thinking twins, plus the other one with Danny DeVito.
Yeah, he doesn't give birth to Danny DeVito.
That would have been much better.
Is it Arnold Schwarzenegger that's pregnant in there?
Yeah, okay. It is, yeah.
Cool.
So he's doing the ultrasound for this blind couple.
Yeah.
But he has a realisation that obviously they can't see the ultrasound.
Yeah.
So it's one of those processes that a lot of couples that are having a baby really look forward to. It's the first time they get to see the child. So he went to one of the other departments because they have a 3D printer in their hospital for transplants and limb replacements and things, which is quite cool. And had a chat with the engineer in there and asked him if he sent him the pictures of the baby's ultrasound.
Yeah.
Could they make a quick 3D printout of the baby for them to hold so they could see what the baby looked like?
So they could feel how big it was and the shape.
The shape. So
that's really touching.
Yeah. So obviously a lot of blind couples, if one of them is blind, whoever is blind, go there now to have this service done, and he doesn't charge for it. Completely free service that he includes.
Oh wow!
Because as far as he's concerned, the ultrasound scan is free.
That should totally be a thing that is adopted worldwide.
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes we don't notice things that those who may be less able in some aspects.
Yeah.
It's the little minor things that
could make so much difference, though.
Yeah.
Because when you have a disability, you're often quite used to missing out.
Yeah.
So having something where you don't can often it just mean that a little bit more, I suppose.
Yeah. And allows them to share in something that other people do without thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like children, but I like that.
I'm feeling less miserable now.
That's good.
Yeah. I like people.
Yeah.
And people being happy is cool.
Yeah, it is. Right, one last one then.
One last one.
This one is about a grandma who learnt to read at 62 years old, specifically so she could tell bedtime stories to her grandchildren.
Oh.
She's been trying for years to learn and has really struggled.
Okay.
But she got bullied in school. She thinks that she might have had dyslexia when she was in school, but she wasn't diagnosed until she was in her 20s.
I was going to say, going back 60 odd years...
You were just thick. I know people like that weren't thick, but that was the term used for people who had dyslexia commonly. You just weren't clever.
Even in 70s, 80s, not so long ago. I mean, dyslexia is still massively misunderstood, and also, I mean, in this country, has very little support.
Yeah.
I mean, even schools, they won't diagnose someone with dyslexia because quite often doctors' surgeries won't do it.
No, it's too much work.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she's tried multiple times over the years and has just never quite got there. But she's been making massive advancements in the last few weeks. Specifically, it seems to be because she started doing it because she was a little bit concerned that she'd start losing her memory when she was getting older. Which is, common worry. It does happen. And so she wanted to be able to read recipes she'd written down and things like that she was cooking for her family, and then also thought, well, I want to read for my kids. Grandkids and stuff. And so has really been pushing forward with that and has had a lot of support from, bear with me while I just try and find the name of the charity. The Read Easy charity.
Okay. You didn't bear with me.
No, I asked you to bear with me.
Bear with concurrently.
Yes. I don't understand words.
Yeah. She's had help. Whereabouts is this grandma?
Long Levens.
Is this in the UK?
Yes, she's in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
UK based.
So she's been helped by a charity. That's awesome. Yeah. That's really cool. I can't imagine not being able to read. I think all of my memories that I have, I could read.
Yeah.
Because I was bribed to read with Sweets and Days Out by my parents when I was young.
But reading is such a sort of, again, it's one of those things that
the whole world,
a commonplace for everybody.
The whole world is set up around, at least the Western world, is set up around the fact that you can read.
Yeah.
How do we communicate now? Mostly we use our phones, but we don't ring someone up as much now. We send messages, we're on Messenger, we send texts, we do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The internet is full of everything you want, but even if you go on video sites, you still need to read the description, type in what it is you're after.
Yeah.
Public signs, bus timetables, going out and eating, looking at the menu. You don't just get a big picture of some chips.
No.
It just says chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of somewhere in life where you could get by without reading. It'd be really difficult.
I mean, you could theoretically get by driving potentially, as long as you're not trying to go to a particular city.
Yeah.
Because I know the road signs were designed deliberately so that you didn't need to read them. They were just a quick visual picture that made sense as to what they were representing.
Yeah, so you can
by
follow.
the woman who designed the
But
signs.
Still, if you want to go to Ipswich, you need to be able to read Ipswich or I don't know why Ipswich.
Yeah.
It's on my mind.
It's always a weird thing that
I suppose if you want to go to Rome, you just keep going because all roads go there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nice and easy.
But you might want to go somewhere else. I mean, if you have to go to Rome on holiday every year for the rest of your life.
That's true. That gets expensive quite quickly.
Yeah. I mean, even people that live in Rome, they take holidays elsewhere just to get away.
Yeah. And then end up back there because they make wrong one turning. They're going back to Rome again.
Yeah. I mean, if all roads lead to Rome and you leave Rome, it's kind of like a horror movie because you just come back the other end of the city. Once you get to Rome, you can't leave.
If you live in Italy, could you please tell us this isn't true? Because I'm quite scared now for you.
Yeah, send us an SOS.
Yeah, we'll help. We'll find someone. We'll get scientists.
We will evacuate you by air, thus eliminating the need for a road.
Yes.
I did read a story about a teacher who couldn't read.
Yeah.
Who taught for like 20 years. Yeah, and just kind of blagged it. I don't think his family knew the extent of his inability to read.
No, because it's such a thing that we put a lot of shame on people.
Yeah,
for. It's not.
think.
I mean, like that lady, she had dyslexia. It's not that she's not clever. People with dyslexia actually quite commonly understand words much better than people without dyslexia and understand the context of words.
Yeah,
it's just a difficulty reading the text on a page.
Yeah. Dyslexia comes from a different way of processing information as well. So rather than processing linearly, you process large amounts of information at once. So it all hits your brain at the same time.
Theoretically,
yeah.
There's about 3 separate theories as well. Exactly.
This is the one that made sense to me.
It is one of the my main subscribed.
So rather than going CAT for cat,
yeah,
you just get 3 bits of information at once.
Yeah,
which allows you to perceive more at the same time in theory, but everything can get jumbled up.
Yes.
Which is why things move about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's dyslexia.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, that's cheered me up.
Good.
Although you have reminded me about Alzheimer's and dyslexia and other miserable things, but
things that we're overcoming and learning to deal with.
Yeah, definitely. And it's
helping people with it much easier.
Yeah, and it makes me think, if that lady can learn to read at 62.
Yeah.
She's not been able to read for all that time. You can do stuff. You can go out. Yeah. Seize your dreams.
It genuinely is never too late to push at something.
Yeah. You can keep on learning, which is good.
Never stop.
Brilliant. I think that will help me sleep a lot easier tonight. If you've got any feel-good stories you'd like to share that maybe we could use in future episodes, pop them below. If you really like what we do, it really, really helps us out if you give us a little subscribe or share it with your friends. They're the 2 best ways to help us out. Which, why wouldn't you? Hopefully we've cheered you up.
Yeah.
Until next time then, good night, Internet.
Good night.